Hello, everyone. This is part two of your final exam. I'm going to be reading through the directions and the text. Then you may proceed on completing your final exam, part two. The directions are as follows. Read and annotate the following excerpts from To Kill a Mockingbird. Determine the writing strategy and the central idea that is conveyed in this excerpt. I don't think it's a good habit. Atticus. It encourages them. You know how they talk among themselves. Everything that happens in this town's out to the quarters before sundown. My father put down his knife. I don't know of any law that says they can't talk. Maybe if we didn't give them so much to talk about, they'd be quiet. Why don't you drink your coffee, Scout? I was playing in it with the spoon. I thought Mr. Cunningham was a friend of ours. You told me a long time ago he was. He still is. But last night he wanted to hurt you. So, Atticus placed his fork beside his knife and pushed his plate aside. Mr. Cunningham's basically a good man, he said. He just has his blind spots along with the rest of us. Jim spoke. Don't call the don't call that a blind spot. He'll kill you last night when he first went there. He might have hurt me a little, Atticus conceded. But son, you'll understand folks a little better when you're older. A mob's always made up of people no matter what. Mr. Cunningham was part of a mob last night, but he was still a man. Every mob in every little southern town is always made up of people, you know. Doesn't say much for them, does it? I'll say not, said Jem. So it took an 8-year-old child to bring them to their senses, didn't it? Said Atticus. That proves something. That a gang of wild animals can be stopped simply because they're still human. Hmm. Maybe we need a police force of children. You children last night made Walter Cunningham stand in my shoes for a minute. That was enough. Now, the directions are write the writing strategy and the central idea in the spaces below. The writing strategy, you have two choices, characterization or point of view. You're choosing one. Then you need to come up with your central idea, which is a general lesson or message the author wants the reader to learn. For part B, in one paragraph, support your argument by using evidence from Of Mice and Men. So in this part, we're asking you guys to determine whether George and Lenny should have run away. You already have two quotes here. Quote A is if you choose that George and Lenny should have run away. Here's a quote to support that. Quote B is a quote that supports that George and Lenny should have not run away. Then here, for your first topic sentence, I would like you to start it off with George and Lenny, and then you choose either should or should not have run away because, and you give me your reason as to why they should have run away. And your reason is within the quote that you choose. Intro to your quote. You could either say in the text it states, or you could tell me where, what, when is this happening. Then you're going to type in the quote that you choose. Then you're going to provide me an analysis, explaining to me the quote and explaining why this proves that George and Lenny should have or should have not run away. This video concludes your final exam part 2. Make sure if you need to read the excerpt over or rewatch this video to do so. I wish all of you guys the best of luck.